is a horse. Come on, tell me about all the health problems you ever had.
No.
I have to know. Tell me.
No.
Yes!
What are you talking about?
Tell me about the major ones.
What are you talking about?
Like if you had to go to the hospital or whatever, tell me.
You know when I had to go to the hospital.
Tell me, come on.
I don't know what you want to know.
Tell me since you were little if you ever had to go to the hospital for things.
No.
You have to tell me. Come on. Don't waste time.
I don't know what you want.
You know, did you have to go to the hospital for anything weird wrong with you?
No.
Come on, talk.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Tell me what's wrong with you.
Go!
We'll talk about the things that happened to you, about the appendix and all that stuff.
My appendix operation. So what? Big deal.
What you?
I think it was 1971.
Did you go to the hospital any times before that, like when you were little? Or anything weird wrong with you when you were a baby, maybe?
Yes.
Tell me quick.
When I was a baby, I had to go into the hospital because I caught some kind of a disease in the hospital, and they didn't know about it until I got home, and so I had to go back in there when I was a couple weeks old for like a whole month, because it was something that it gave me in the hospital. And then I came home again, and I couldn't be washed in water anymore because whatever thing they gave me in the hospital reacted on my skin somehow, that when I got home I couldn't be washed in water anymore. So for the next 3 years I had to be washed just with oil, because if anybody put water on my skin at all, it would just break out, go crazy, and my skin was very bad for a long time, and my skin is still very sensitive. I know, but that's what happened to me.
I don't know what they gave you?
I don't know. It was something that was some kind of bacterial infection in the hospital. And that's where I got it from. I know because they brought me home, and I was okay, but I just started breaking out, and they didn't know for what reason. And so they brought me back in the hospital, and then they found out that I was allergic to water somehow. They thought it might be something associated with whatever I had in the hospital from when I was sick. So I was in the hospital for a long time, but I guess I got better, but I still got the allergic reaction to the water.
You caught the thing from the hospital?
Yes. Everybody admitted it had to come from the hospital, whatever.
And how long were you in there?
I was in there for like 4 to 6 weeks.
And then they let you home, and for the next 3 years you couldn't be near water. And so after that you're fine then?
Well, after that my skin, I got so I could use water then, but my skin's always, even to this day, my skin is very, every little thing I break out from it, and my skin's very delicate. I hate my skin.
Okay, now, nothing happened from that on until the appendix thing?
Oh. Let me see. Well, yes, when I was a teenager.
What year?
Oh, God, when I was a teenager, like 1965. I was sleeping a lot. I didn't know why. I was so tired all the time. So your grandma made me go to the doctor, and they found out I had that kissing disease. So they wanted to put me in the hospital then too to monitor my condition, but I didn't want to go, and Grandma didn't want to go because I didn't have any hospital insurance. So they let me stay at home. And there was really very little they could give me for it, except I think they gave me some iron pills and things like that. There was basically nothing they could do for it except just let me sleep all the time. So I slept a lot. Went to school every day, but I slept a lot when I got home. And I guess I just gradually worked my way out of that too. That took like a year or so to get over that.
How did you get it?
I don't know.
And so then the next thing would be appendix. And
No. And the next thing,
year.
God. Oh,
Just make up a year if you don't really know.
1970, I guess. I don't know. And I got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
And then I lost that baby. And then I got the appendix thing.
That was like a year later, 1971, you said?
Uh-huh.
And then how did that happen? Just, I don't know why. It just happened.
It just happened.
Okay. And then next thing was...
I had Dennis P in 73, and
Mhm.
I had U in 77.
We don't need to really tell you about what happened during the labor thing. That's not
Oh,
really,
please don't go into that.
that's not really considered. Would it be considered health? I mean,
I don't know, but nobody wants to hear all that.
and then nothing happened from the time I was born to now. Really major effect.
No, not really.
Don't
Except
talk about your ulcers.
I thought I was gonna die, that's all.
Your ulcers.
Yes, I got ulcers. Huh?
What year did they start?
Oh, I don't know. Probably about 1986 or 87.
You just got ulcers and you still have them.
I still have them, but they were a lot worse then, as I had gone through a lot of family problems and family deaths, and I think that's what aggravated it, because they say that ulcers are caused by bacteria now, and I think that's probably true. But my father had ulcers real bad, and I think that I might have inherited the tendency to have them. And even though they say that it's caused by bacteria, I think that stress aggravates them, because even now when I get upset about something, I know my stomach bothers me a lot, even though I take medicine for it. So if I can remain calm and not be stressed out, I feel better.
And what upset?
Stress.
I mean, yes, but like things that you eat and stuff.
Well, coffee, I can't have coffee because coffee really kills me, and I love coffee. Sometimes I love to have some coffee, but it really kills me.
No coffee, no spicy things.
The spicy things aren't as bad as the coffee. It's the coffee and, well, sometimes if I have the wine, I
so
like the wine.
Nothing happened since the ulcers, really nothing.
Well, as long as I take my medicine.
So you didn't have to go in the hospital for anything else?
No, I haven't been in the hospital in a while now.
Okay. Let's move on to school.
Oh, God.
Just kind of tell me, how were your grades when you were in first through 8th grade? What were you bad in? What were you good in?
I went to a country school, and it was one of those schools that they don't even have anymore, where there were only like 8 kids in the whole school, and we were all related, and they had grades 1 through 8, and the teacher didn't teach very well, and as long as you were quiet and you took your tests and you read and stuff, and I used to read a lot, there wasn't very much to do, and I got straight A's all the way through.
First through 8? No.
All the way through up until 7th grade.
Wait, so for 1st to 7th grade you were in the little schoolhouse room? It was just one little schoolhouse?
Yeah.
And they had every single grade in that one schoolhouse.
Yes, and we were all related.
It was one room.
One room schoolhouse it's called.
How did they do that?
Oh, it was a big school.
How many class?
All different grades, all the
How
way
many?
through 1 through 8.
How many kids would you say were being in each class?
There was 8 in the whole school. There was only like 1 in each grade or so.
Oh my god! Now what happened to those all the way first through 7th?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then talk about 8th.
8th grade decided to send me into
Wait a minute. Weren't you bad in any subjects or any first through 7th grade, like
No.
math or anything?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I went then and I went to the town school for 8th grade because they wanted to prepare me for high school, and it was Catholic school. So then I had problems because,
This was regular school?
yeah, it was 8th grade.
Regular. It wasn't the one room thing.
No, it was bigger
And it was
school. It was like
in the same
40
area?
kids in the same class.
In the same area as the other one?
It was in the town, 10
Town.
miles away.
What time?
Cresco. Alright, I went in there, and then I really, I went from the straight A's and all that down to C's.
Everything?
Yeah, because it was such a shock because they gave me a lot of homework. Besides that, I had tests like every day or every second day, which I wasn't used to taking tests. And it was just a complete culture shock from the other school, and it took me a whole year to catch up.
So you got 3 C's the whole year?
About C's. I always did very well in reading because I always liked to read. So anything to do with the reading, I got better grades in. But like with the algebra and stuff like that, I just went down to C's because I didn't have that. I didn't have any geography at all either, as your father will point out. Never had geography.
You never had it?
Never had geography.
Even in high school? Never?
Never, no, never.
Okay, talk about high school grades.
I did average, I think. I don't know.
What did you do really bad?
My worst subject was geometry. And I did okay in Latin, but I didn't like Latin.
And you got C's in geometry?
I got C's and D's, yeah. I got a couple of geometry. I didn't like geometry
In
at all.
high school?
I hated it.
And how about, Latin? What'd you get in that?
Oh, I always got B's and C's in Latin, but I never liked it.
And then the A classes you got were,
Well, my business classes, I took bookkeeping, and I took, I only got C's in shorthand. I didn't like that either, so I didn't like shorthand. But my bookkeeping and my typing and things like that, because I took a lot of business courses because I knew that when I got out of high school, I wanted to work in an office because I wanted money. And when I graduated high school, you either were a teacher, a nurse, or you worked in an office. There wasn't a whole lot of people going to be lawyers or doctors or anything like that. So I didn't even think about those kind of things. I thought in the terms of I wanted to get out and I wanted to make money. And so I thought office for me.
okay. And then you went to college for, it was 2 years, right?
Well, yeah, but that was not until much later.
And what year did you go to that?
After Grandma died, I went to
93?
93, 94.
Okay, and you did good in all your classes. You got like A's and stuff. But then what was that class that you got a couple C's in?
That was that African class.
And that's the only one you really got a C
That's
in?
the only one I got to see.
And everything else you got A's?
Yes, you know I did. You
Which were
looked
those
at all my
classes?
stuff, you beaver.
What were those classes again? For the A's?
For the A's? Oh, I don't know. There was some health classes and
Women's health?
yeah, I guess that was
What about that one that...
criminal justice
Criminal
class.
justice,
I got an A in that. I liked that. And then there was literature classes, which you went with me with. You know, like poem things and stuff. You were with me.
The one you had to watch that movie for?
Yeah, I got A's in those. And some on grief and things like that. Which I should. Oh, I got A's in those. No problem.
What the hell's that doing here?
Don't interrupt! mentioned the eyes. Mentioned like so you had vision problems when
Well, I always had so.
Since you were a babe.
Yeah, well, since I've been about 5 years old.
And then when did you get the glasses?
Glasses. I always had glasses since I've been 7.
But I mean, you talk about the little when you used to see and you used to look like weird blurry things.
Well, I always was very nearsighted, so when they came out with the surgery, the radiokeratotomy surgery in 1980, I believe it was, I was one of the first ones that had it done because I hated glasses and I had to wear them because I couldn't see anything without them. So I had that surgery done.
And that's when they stuck the little razor blades in your eye while you were awake.
Uh-huh. And it helped. I had 20/20 vision right after that, but then it didn't last. A couple weeks later, my vision reverted back to about 20/60 or so. So I still had to wear glasses, but not nearly as strong glasses.
But since you were 5 years old, you had really bad vision problems. You used to see things underwater and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I couldn't see distance.
And you got your first pair of glasses at 7?
When I went to school, they tested me at school because I couldn't see the blackboard.
And how old were you? About?
I don't know. Maybe I was 8 or 9. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the IQ level.
Oh, please.
When did they first tell you what your IQ was?
Nobody really told me what my IQ.
Well, you know, when you found out.
Well, I knew I supposedly had a pretty high IQ, supposedly, because when I was in grade school, they gave me a test, and then they called my parents in when I was about 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And they called my parents in, and they said that I was reading at the high school level. And so I knew that it was either an IQ test or one of those tests where they test your levels. I don't know. So I knew that I was doing well in the reading and all that because it was way, way good scores.
And so what would they say your IQ was?
Well, when I got into high school, I don't know. All I know is the teacher in the high school told me that my IQ was higher than his, and his was 130 or something like that. So I assumed it was like 135 or so. I don't know.
And what year high school?
That was when I was in my first year high school.
Freshman, and then from then on it hasn't really changed. You just think it's 135.
Around there, I suppose. I don't know. Nobody actually told me.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter.
But you must have took a test in high school for them.
They never give you any results of those tests.
But you took one, and that's how the teacher knew.
Probably, but I don't know.
Okay. You took it like maybe in freshman year, or?
I probably did, but nobody told me the results.
Okay. Now, tell me any of your anxieties.
Miranda, Catherine, and Dennis, Catherine. And Gerald, Catherine. They're all anxieties to me.
Like, what gives you an anxiety attack? Like, when you, just those people? I know what other things drive you nuts.
When things go wrong, when there's problems, and when we have apartments to rent and stuff like that, it drives me up the wall.
And those,
I'm going to get rid of them all.
And those are probably all the things.
Well, before when everybody used to die and be sick and stuff, that caused me a lot of anxiety, but that's all gone now. I only have one brother left.
And when you get like that, what happens?
What do you mean what happens?
You know, what happens? Does your ulcer act up, or?
Yes, and then my hands and my feet tingle, and I take nerve pills, and that's the only thing that helps me. I can't calm down on myself. I have to take the nerve pills.
What about your arms and stuff? They
all break out and get yucky.
Okay.
My face breaks out too sometimes.
And now, what are your fears? What do you fear?
Poverty.
For you or for everybody?
Everything.
What else? Any like little things like snakes, spiders, stuff.
Ooh, I don't like spiders.
You have any fear of water, heights, drowning?
Drowning, oh, I hate drowning.
Mm-hmm.
I hate roaches too. Oh, oh God.
Anything else? Heights?
Well, I used to be afraid of heights, but I'm afraid of heights sometimes and sometimes not. I'm not afraid of heights like when I'm in an airplane, not really there, but like if I'm standing on the edge of a cliff.
Me too.
Oh!
We're like standing at the top of the escalator in the movie theater.
Yeah, but in an airplane don't bother me, and that's
No.
higher even, so it's weird.
Is that all? Here.
Oh, I have many very powerful. But you've hit on quite a few of them, I guess.
Okay. Now, what are you depressed about?
Same thing I have fears about, I guess. I don't know. I'm talking about depressed.
You're depressed. So, what are you depressed about? Why do you feel sad?
Because everybody's dead.
No.
Well, that's enough. You know, it's kind of depressing when everybody's dead. I'm the only one alive.
I'm the only one. I'm here too.
Well, you know what I mean. You know, when you come from a family with 7 kids in it, and a mother and a father, and you and one brother are the only one left, it's a very strange feeling when you have a big family. Like with you don't know because it's only you and Dennis. It's always been only the 2 of you. But when you come from a big family and then there's nobody left, and you've gone through all those deaths, and you've put them all buried in the ground, and you've been through all that, and with the grandpa with the Alzheimer's disease, and my sister with the cancer, and seeing her go through all those chemotherapy things and stuff, it's not very easy on you. And then when holidays come up and there's nobody, I mean, I have your kids and I have your father, which is nice, you know, it's a nice family, but it's just not the same as it used to be, and sometimes it's kind of depressing because we never used to do anything here. We always used to go to Grandma's house for everything. Have the Thanksgiving and the Christmas at the Grandma's, and she always had everything. And now there's nobody. I mean, there's you know, it's just not the same. It just doesn't seem as happy to me.
And is there anything that you see outside or anywhere that make you think of other people? Like make you think of like grandma?
No.
I mean, if you like were to go outside and look around and you saw something, would you say, oh, you would think of grandma?
No. What?
No. Okay, no, and other things make
Well,
you...
when it's their time, like right now, like you said, the grandma died today, of course you think about her. Because today is the day she died, and at the end of this month, around Thanksgiving, is the day my sister died. Of course I think of her then. And Christmas, my brother committed suicide on Christmas Eve, and of course I think of him then.
Who's that?
Chloe.
Oh, I'm so confused. And then Bill was...
That was in the summer he died.
Bill was cancer?
No,
No.
Bill was the motorcycle accident.
Bob was cancer.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I need to put the year. I can just probably say what they died of. I don't know if he wants it really in detail. The
Oh,
years.
put years because it's so confusing.
Okay. Clody, what year?
I said don't put the years.
Don't put years.
No, because it's too confusing. Because the years, you know, you get so confused.
Okay, and does like, you know, gloomy weather make you depressed? Or maybe not.
Yeah. Or I sleep all day because it's another day.
Were you ever depressed as a child?
Yeah.
From what?
I don't know. Dysfunctional family. I mean, everybody does. Of course, you're depressed.
Was it maybe because of your weight?
No, I think I was depressed before that, and then probably I gained weight because I was depressed.
Oh, because of just your family problems?
Yeah.
Like what? Just a few things. Like 2 things.
My sister had very bad problems, and she had to go to the institution and have shock treatments when I was a little girl, and it
How old
bothered me. How old was she?
were you?
About 6.
Okay.
She had to go and have those shock treatments, and it was real bad. Because she was like crying one minute and then she'd laugh in the next minute. She was bad. She was in there for about over a year. And we used to go visit her in there. They wouldn't let me go in the room. One time they let me in there and I seen all these people and they were all hovering over me. The nurse seen me, she come and grabbed me and took me out real quick. They wouldn't let me in there. You know, everybody was nice to me, but I had my little doll. I remember I was holding on to it and, oh, you can't be in here, you're too little. And it snatched me out, made me sit outside. It was a bad place.
How old was she?
She was 18.
Mm. Another little problem.
Well, I don't know. The problem was the kids at school because they didn't like me because I was from this, when I went to 8th grade, because I was from the farm and they were in the town and they had some kind of cliques going and they didn't like farm kids, so they weren't very nice.
Okay. And are you paranoid about anything?
No.
Are you sure?
What do you mean by paranoid?
I don't know. Like, do you think, oh god, people are watching me or stuff?
No. Nobody's watching me.
Or people are having, there's conspiracies against you and...
I'm not mentally ill.
Okay, so you're not paranoid anyway?
No.
Okay. Now, what are your dominant personality traits?
I'm shy.
So you're a introvert.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And do you know any reason why you're shy? Is it because of anybody or anything?
I think I'm genetically shy. I think it runs in my family. I try to be not so shy. I have to push myself to be not shy, and I can do it. I have done it to get jobs and work and things like that. You have to do it in order to live. But my true personality is to be introverted and shy, and I just like to read and like to be to myself, and that's where I enjoy it most.
That's me too.
But I can be the other way if I have to be, because you have to be in order to make money and survive. So you have to, you have to push yourself. So I can be either way, but I'm more comfortable being shy and reading books and stuff like that. More comfortable.
Do you think because you're depressed, is that why you're shy?
No. No, I think even if I didn't feel depressed at all, I would still be the way I am as an introverted person. I'm just more comfortable that way, that's all.
Okay. And what are your special abilities? Like, what special talents do you have?
I have no talent.
If you had to really think, what can you do really good? Or could do. You can't do anymore. I don't know.
Well, I'm usually pretty good at communication, so I could, I was always good at negotiating things for, like, when I had to put my father in a nursing home and dealing with hospitals and things like that. Getting things done and financial things I'm good at.
Can you sing, dance, read, play instruments
I can read.
of any kind?
No, I can't. I wanted to play piano, but my mother didn't have the money for lessons, so I never did learn. And when I got to be older, I didn't want to do it anymore.
Can you kind of do any special dances or They're
Yeah.
just unique in some way.
No, I don't think so. I like to sing, but I'm not a good singer.
I don't know what else can you have something.
I said
Okay.
communications is a good thing.
But that's weird because you're shy.
But I'm not it's so shy that that it makes me so I can't do things. When I have to do something, I do it. I overcome the shyness then. I just feel more comfortable as being a shy person. But I can be an extroverted person and people don't even know I'm shy if I have to be. If I have to be that way, I will be. Because sometimes, like when somebody's in the hospital or something, you have to talk up and you have to talk to people and to get help for somebody else. So you can't be, you can't let people walk on you. You have to be out there and tell people what you think. And I do. But I'm not. That's not a comfortable position for myself. You asked me what my comfortable position was, but I can be extroverted if I have to be.
Okay. What values do you have?
I don't know. I have family values. I think.
And what are they?
Oh, I think I raised 2 children very well. They're both very nice children.
What values?
What do you mean? What values? They don't drink. They don't take drugs.
What do you believe in? What gives purpose to your life?
I don't know.
Like, what did you tell us to do when we were little or stuff?
I just beat you.
What did you tell us to do? What did you tell us, don't do this, don't do that.
I just told you to be good kids. And you were.
Treat others the way you want to be treated and stuff like that.
Yes, you knew all that.
I knew it when I was a baby. But what were your family values when you were little? I mean, what did your parents teach you that you in turn teached us?
Well, I guess you have to be responsible for your other people in your family because that was all stuck on me. So I wouldn't want your kids to have to go through all I went through with family.
So what did your parents tell you when you were little?
They didn't tell me anything.
Well, how come you were so nice?
Because I'm just a nice person.
They didn't give you any basic things you should watch out for and do and...
They used to tell me people were going to steal me off the street and put me in one of those houses and make me a prostitute. I didn't watch myself.
Oh, God, I have no idea what to do. Okay, well... What choices did you make in your life? What made your choice? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Never mind, forget that one. Okay, and so have you been a loner all your life?
Yeah.
All your life, okay. Okay, what things do you like?
I like to read.
Name a bunch of things, like things you just like.
I like to read.
Like, could be food, anything else.
Oh, I like chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Anything chocolate.
They're so difficult, like good shows you like,
I don't like shows. I like Outer Limits.
Mm-hmm.
I like space shows, like space things.
Anything sci-fi?
Yeah. Well, not anything, but I like science fiction.
What's your favorite movie?
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that. And what's your favorite song?
Oh, I don't know. Born to be Wild. I don't know. It's not really my favorite.
What's your favorite book?
Oh. Oh, when I was little, I used to like the horse book. I don't know what my favorite book is anymore.
Horse books. What's your favorite animal?
Cat.
How did I know that? What other foods do you like? What are your favorite foods?
Well, I used to like dressing, but I used to like it the way Grandma used to make it. And now she's gone and nobody can make it like that anymore.
Oh,
Well, it's true.
I never liked it. Would you like, what are those things called? Dumplings?
No, I haven't had any of those in so long either. I like dumplings, once in a while.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, now, what was your very first job?
Oh, I was cleaning house for an old lady.
How old were you? Or what year, whatever.
I was 15.
Okay. And how long did that last?
I was 18 till I got out of high school.
Next job?
I worked at Motorola for about a month. In a factory.
What'd you do?
I was in a factory. I did all kinds of different things that I didn't like,
And that was, how old were you?
18, just got out of high school.
And? Next?
When I got an office job downtown.
What year? Or how old?
I was 19. 18.
To what?
I was 20.
What'd you do? Just type and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Next?
I got a job at Spiegel's.
What year? How old?
20. Until I got married. It was an office job.
To 20. How old were you? 22?
Almost.
22? Okay. Next step?
It's just office job.
When did you get that job done on Clark Street?
1980.
How old? 30. Oh, wait a minute. Now what did you do from 22 to 30? 32?
I had dentists and then I only worked part-time.
At what?
Office jobs, always office jobs.
Was it all different ones? You
They
never...
were all different.
Okay, and then so when you were 1980, you did the Clark Street one, and what year did you stop?
1990, 1991.
Okay, and then you worked at Amtrak, in what year? That?
1991 till 92 when Grandma died. I left there then.
And then since 92, you haven't done anything.
I went to college for 2 years, that's all.
And why do you think you stopped
Stopped what?
working?
Because I never liked any of the jobs I had and I just didn't feel like going back.
That's the only reason?
Lazy, I just don't
Or you
want
just depressed and didn't want to work no more?
to. Yeah, just depressed and don't want to work no more.
That's the truth.
That is the truth.
I know you so well. You just didn't want to be around people anymore, or just wanted to be by yourself?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like going out there and trying to get another job. I just didn't feel like going in for the interview and getting up and go to work every day, and I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. Your father is making enough money, so I don't have to.
Okay. Now, talk about your family structure and relationship. I mean, what do you think? What do you think when you see our family?
Well, I think they're a lot better than my brother's family. And he's doing terrible with his.
I mean, what makes us special?
Oh, we're just a nice little family.
And are the children involved in the decision making? or the adults rule?
What kind of decision? Depends on what kind of decision
Yeah.
making.
Oh, I don't know. Like major decisions.
Well, like in a major decision like moving or something, I think it would just be the adults' rule. But in a decision, maybe to go on a vacation or something, everybody decides what they want to do.
Would you say we're close knit or emotionally distant?
Close knit.
Okay. And but don't you think we don't have dinner every night together or anything?
No, but that don't mean anything. We all live together. And then you guys are old enough to be on your own if you wanted to be.
And is there verbal and physical abuse?
Always. I meet you every day.
Yes, you do. And what else do you like about our family? What do you like?
Like that we all have our separate little rooms. We all have our separate spaces. Which is
What
nice.
things do we do for fun?
Oh, we used to go out to eat together a lot. Remember when we used to go to every Sunday we used to take a drive and we used to eat and then we used to have a Baskin Robbins when you were younger. That was very nice. Except now I wouldn't like to go because your father drives like a maniac. And Dennis wouldn't go with us anymore because he's too big.
I would.
I know, but Dennis wouldn't, so it wouldn't be a family thing anymore.
Okay.
So we don't do that anymore. But we used to do that every Sunday, which was very nice, I thought.
Now, do you identify closely with a genetic or a religious group? I mean, like, when you go out, do you like, go and say, oh, I want to be friends with all the Catholics or all the females or all the males?
Oh, no.
Are you better friends with males or females?
I don't know. When I was younger, it used to be males, but now I think I'm better with either one now.
And you only have one friend? Gloria?
No, I think I have more than that.
Who?
I write to Esther,
They're relations.
I write to, what's her name over there?
Melody.
Melody, yes, I write to her.
And you find yourself to make friends with people of different colors? Or
I used to have different friends of different color when I was working at, but not real close friends, but we were friends at work.
so, I mean, you never went anywhere with them?
Yeah, we used to go out once in a while after work. Out to get a drink or something.
So basically, you would be friends with anybody?
Anybody that was friendly, yes.
So you don't care if they're Catholic or anything?
No, I don't care.
Okay. And I don't know. I don't really know what he wanted for that one because it's too weird. Okay.
You wanted to know if I was a member of the Ku Klux Klan or something. I'm not.
I just wrote down and put identify closely with its cultural environment. I don't know what it really is.
I like everybody.
Okay. Definitions and nature of child's problem or adults. So, did you ever do anything really bad and when you were little? Like, did you ever get caught or you were never put in jail or maybe you did? You didn't tell me. But did you ever do anything really bad?
No.
Speak up!
I didn't do anything bad.
What about the motorcycle thing?
Well, yeah, but that was a
And
misunderstanding.
you were in court. What was it for again?
It was a traffic ticket. It was supposed to have been a traffic ticket. And the judge got very mad and he wanted to put me in the Audi home because I was 17 and he thought I was too young to be driving a motorcycle. And he said that I shouldn't be, and he wanted to put me on probation or something. And so, but I had it got straightened out anyway. They made me promise to sell my motorcycle and not ride it anymore.
Okay, you don't smoke, you just drink for fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever do anything else that was really bad that nobody knew about? You didn't get caught?
No.
Nothing at all?
No. What do you want from me?
Darn. Because I was looking at all Shannon's I wrote down here, and I'm like, God, drinking, suicide, stealing, all this stuff, and I'm like, there's gotta be something else for Puffer. I don't know.
I wasn't like that.
Are you addicted to those pain pills or any nerve pills or anything?
I'm not addicted, no. I take nerve pills from them sometimes, but I'm not addicted.
Could you live without them?
If I could crawl up the wall and scream, yes.
When you smoke, why do you do it?
'Cause I'm upset.
Okay. Ever do drugs?
No.
Are you lying? It was the 60s.
Maybe no.
Never try them?
I never tried any hard drugs, no.
What soft drugs did you try?
Never mind.
You have to tell me because I have to know why.
What do you mean you have to know why?
I don't know why you did it.
Well, why not? When you're young, you do things.
And was it because you didn't want to be with your fan, or was it because you wanted to be a rebel or something?
Yeah, I suppose I was rebelling.
And that was your way, just to do drugs and to...
I didn't do drugs.
What's the drug you did? Because you're not telling me.
I had a little marijuana. Big deal.
How long?
Huh?
How long did you do it?
Not much. I don't like it that much.
Was that in high school?
No, that was after high school.
Marijuana just for that year, you didn't really carry it on or anything.
No, I didn't carry it on.
And it was just because you wanted to rebel against your parents, but... Okay. Because you just wanted to be special. And... and you smoke just because you're nervous. It doesn't really have anything else to do with anything else. Yeah. And... so that's all you really did? You didn't do anything else really bad, or... Or drink, like when you were young?
Oh, I drank it.
When you were younger, like, you know, you're not to drink till you're 21. Just drink, like...
It's no fun to drink when you're 21. It's only fun to drink when you're under 21.
And why'd you do it?
Huh?
Why'd you do it?
I was rebelling.
And there's no special reason why?
No,
Just you didn't like your parents?
Just to rebel, just to do things, just to be independent.
Okay. Now, factors influencing adult problems. Now, well, I mostly know this, but I mean, just why do you think you have all the, why did you think you just told me you're just going to rebel? But why do you think you have all the ulcers and stuff? I know this already. Why am I so stupid? But I just want to hear from you.
Because I have a tendency to keep everything inside me, and I don't. Find it difficult sometimes to tell other people what I think, and I keep things inside, and I let it bother. Yeah, I let it bother me, and then it makes me sick. And then if I could express myself at the time something bothers me, just express it out, and maybe it would be better. But I really believe the ulcers, no matter what people say, a lot of it is genetic, and my father had them really bad, and I really think it's something that you inherit. That
Grandma didn't have them.
Grandma didn't have them, no, because Grandma was very emotional, if you remember. She could cry at the drop of a hat. That woman would be crying all the time.
I'm afraid. Oh, so you don't really cry?
I don't cry. I never cry.
Never at all?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I cried when I was younger sometimes, but it was like when you cry, you're not in control. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the way to feel like that.
How old were you
What?
when you cried?
Last time I cried was about when I was 19.
And what was that for?
Never mind.
What? What do you have to tell me?
No, I cried when my brother was real sick and dying in the hospital because my other brother said mean things.
You cried when Barbara died.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't cry like that. Like I couldn't control it. I don't like the feeling of being out of control.
Why did you cry when you were 19?
Never mind.
You have to tell me you're secretive.
No.
This is a major thing for my paper.
No, you don't need to know. It's none of your business. I did cry, but I don't like that feeling.
Is it because of a guy?
Never mind. I don't like to feel out of control.
You're never gonna tell me. Does Daddy know?
No. So
It's
that's
something really bad, isn't it?
Never mind, Reba.
I have to
You
know.
just asked me why. I just told you I don't like to feel out of control.
I want to know it all.
Are you done? You said you were done.
Well, I'm not sure. What other reasons that you might do some of the things just to rebel and because you have ulcers, because you're nervous and because of the deaths, right? That's what I thought you were going to say. I have to figure out what will happen to you in the future. I have no idea.
Probably somebody was shooting me on the street corner like when we were up there the other day. Almost got shot.
The other day? It was like years ago.
Was that long?
I don't know it. I think I pretty much got it all, but you won't tell me what happened when you were 19. You didn't know Daddy then, did you? I'm so lost. When you were 19? What could you do when you were 19?
Never mind.
It's something that might help me, though.
Nothing's gonna help you any further. You have your paper, take it and go.
It's something I have to be warned about.
I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, but tell me.
Get out.
You tell me I won't have it by paper.
Nothing. None of your business.
This is something really awful.
No.
About parents.
No.
What could it be about? It's not about your parents. It's not about anything that happened in your family.
Get out.
Right? Nothing that happened in your family.
I ain't telling you now. Leave me alone.
You have to tell me.
I don't know.
Were you abused as a child?
Yes, but what does that got to do with anything?
Oh, I forgot to ask you that. Well, was it by your dad?
No. I never.
Who is it? Grandma?
Just beat me all the time.
Oh, I forgot about that. Now, when you were bad, what did she do to you?
Didn't matter if I was good or bad, she just beat me.
With a what? Just her hand?
Yes.
Just, and
The boom.
did she just hit you and when you were bad?
Hard.
But your dad never touched you?
He beat me once when I was 2, but I don't remember.
2? Was he nuts?
I wouldn't pick up my coat.
Was it really bad? Like he hurt you really bad?
No. They pushed me in another room and I cried and they bribed me to come out because then they said if I picked up my coat they'd take me for ice cream. So I did.
You like ice cream, don't you?
I was stubborn.
Verbal abuse when you were little? Did they ever swear at you and stuff?
No, I never swore. She just beat me. Because she was going through that change of life thing, I think that was what it was. She had no control. So she was feeling bad about herself and then she'd take it out on me because I was small. She went through change of life early, I think, and I was like only a couple years, you know, like I remember it like I was like 4 or 5 and I think she was going through that and it was bothering her a lot and I was close and so she just beat me for no reason. And she'll deny it. She always denied it, but she did. Oh, terrible. I used to run in the woods and stay there because she used to beat me so bad. And I'd just stay there. Sometimes it'd be really dark at night and I'd have to come back because it got too dark and I'd be scared in the woods. And I'd have to come back in the house, but and there was no reason for it because I didn't do anything wrong. It was just that she just had no control.
And you started when you were like 2 years old till like what year?
Till my sister had that nervous breakdown. Till about
2 to 6 years old, that's all?
6 or 7, and then they didn't do it anymore.
They just left you alone.
My brother used to beat me.
Why?
He used to lock me in the basement.
Dennis locked me in the basement.
Oh, yeah, but you didn't get locked in the basement where there was rats and where there was things and you couldn't reach the light switch to turn the light on. And I had to just sit there in the dark. You didn't lock you in a basement like that.
Well, there's a key down there now so I can get out. Were you ever...
The basement here is nice. You should go see the basement I used to lock me into.
Were you ever mugged?
No.
No weird people tried to attack you ever?
Just my brother.
That's weird. Like no weird men on the street trying to get you one time?
Oh, sure. That always happens. That happens to a lot of people.
That'd be something special. There's something I'm missing.
One time, one of my boyfriends, I only went out with the guy like one time, and I was going to work, and I was walking down the street, and he came, and he said he'd give me a ride to work, and so I said, okay. So I got in the car, and he didn't take me to work. He took me all the way out to this place, and he was going to attack me, I guess. He just took me to this, like, a motel place, and I jumped out, and the lady there called the police, and they made him... The police came and they sent me back in a bus. I come back home on a bus.
On a bus, like a
CTA bus. Yeah, it scared me very bad.
He drove off?
Yeah.
He got caught?
Police came and talked to him.